Today I was bored and I thought of something. That was, is it possible to drive through Asia without being in a war zone or occupied area? The answer is no, it is not, and I'm going to break down why and give you the safest ways through. Say you want to drive from Beirut, Lebanon to Singapore. First, you start by driving through Syria, then Turkey. Now what? You can't go through Iran, which is a war zone. If you think you can go north, that doesn't help. Russia has invaded Georgia and set up Ossetia and Abkhazia, and Azerbaijan has invaded Armenia and still has troops there, making it an occupied zone. Going south gets you to Iraq, then what? Saudi Arabia has been bombed by Iran. This means that the safest options are either to go from Azerbaijan to Kazakhstan through the Caspian Sea, or to go through Saudi Arabia or the UAE and to take a ferry to Pakistan. There is still the fact that Pakistan is fighting the Taliban in Afghanistan, but it is an undeclared war, so technically not a war zone. Path 1 is to go from Kazakhstan to Singapore. The fastest seeming option is to drive through China over to Laos. In China, you do need a driving license that is from China, but if you do get that, you can go and drive through to Laos. Also, you can drive south through Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan because you hit Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan is known as the North Korea of Central Asia and Afghanistan. It's the Taliban that is the problem. Myanmar is currently in a civil war because of a military coup in February of 2021, so that's off the route. Then from Laos, you can go to Thailand and then Malaysia, and then finally you've made it to Singapore once you drive across the bridge that connects the island to the rest of Southeast Asia. Path 2 is from Pakistan to Singapore. Once you go to Pakistan, you can drive through to India and then once again hit the roadblock of Myanmar. Going north gets you to China, and the same thing happens as the previous one where you need a new license. However, there is another path. Now the ferry trick is going to help us one last time. If you drive south, you can get a ferry to the city of Jaffna in Sri Lanka, and then drive to Colombo, and then finally you can take a ferry to the Phuket region of Thailand. Then you can drive all the way to Malaysia and down to Singapore. So, did we kind of cheat with ferries? Yeah. Did we go through at least one active war zone? Yeah. But we did still get to Singapore from Lebanon. Goodbye, hydrate or dihydrate.